Felicitous greetings, fellow fanatics.
Welcome back everyone, I'm Snack, and today I'm doing my first Game Boy review to take a look at Donkey Kong. There's no doubt that the 1981 arcade game of the same name was one of the most influential titles of all time. Not only was it the first appearance of Super Mario, then known as Jumpman, but it also influenced platformers for decades to come. It was then ported to numerous consoles, including, but certainly not limited to, the Atari 2600, the Commodore 64, the ZX Spectrum, and of course, the NES, not to mention it also had a Game & Watch version released. As one of the most popular video games of all time, Donkey Kong most certainly reshaped Nintendo into the company that it is today. Fast forward to 1994, Nintendo decided to bring the game to Game Boy. This wasn't like Tetris where they would simply port the game over. Although the first 4 levels recreate the original arcade game, after you get past them, you're opened up to a much larger game with just over 100 levels to play. You'll soon come to realize that Mario's repertoire of moves is larger than in any other game up to this point. Although he doesn't have access to many power-ups this time around, Mario could perform his backflip and triple jump, which would later become staples of his 3D adventures. On top of that, he can climb up vines and chains similar to how Donkey Kong Jr. controlled it in his own game, traveling up faster when holding onto 2, but going down faster by sliding down 1. He can also spin in gymnastic style, allowing him to launch high into the air with the dismount, or he can pick up objects he's standing on top of, including most enemies. You do of course have hammers still, including mallets that can break through certain types of blocks, and with either type of hammer, he can throw it upwards. Then, if he's quick enough to pick it up, he can continue using it. But you still can't do this with them. Beyond that, you'll also come across panels that allow you to temporarily create platforms to walk upon, ladders to climb, and springs to bounce off of. Finally, most stages will have Pauline's items hidden throughout. If you pick up her purse, her hat, and her parasol and finish the level, you'll get to play one of 2 short minigames to win extra lives. As aforementioned, the first 4 stages recreate those from the original Donkey Kong, although they're a good bit easier with the far more agile Mario. After that, you have 3 main types of stages. Most levels will have you searching for a key to unlock the door that Donkey Kong ran through, with a wide variety of enemies, traps, and challenges that will bar your way. These start out very straightforward, but as the game progresses, it heads more into puzzle platformer territory, with stages that will have you figure out how to acquire the key, how to get it back to the door, or even trying to remember where a disguised door is hidden. Every 4th level is a Donkey Kong level. If it's not the final level of a stage, then your goal is simply to reach Pauline, much like the levels from the original Donkey Kong. If it is the final level of a stage, you'll instead face off against Donkey Kong himself as he throws objects at you, usually barrels, and you'll have to toss them back at him, trying to hit him 3 times before he can strike you. There are a total of 10 different stages to go through, each with their own theme, and totaling things up to 101 levels. Presentation-wise, the game looks pretty nice for a Game Boy game, and as you can see, also allows for some color enhancements if you plug it into a Super Game Boy. There's a wide variety of both environments and enemies within them, making sure things never feel too repetitive over its course. I'd also like to bring attention to these little cutscenes that show after every Donkey Kong level. These are brief, humorous cutscenes that are done completely with the in-game sprites and often teach you how to play. Even if you don't know any of Mario's new moves, you can jump right into the game and these will slowly teach them to you as you need them. Difficulty-wise, the game is pretty much in the middle of the road. It starts out very easy and gradually gets harder, but never reaches a point of being super challenging. Still, you're likely to lose plenty of times along the way in your first attempt to beat the game. On the subject of length, it took me a little over 2 hours to replay through it, but I've played the game many times before, and I imagine it took me a fair bit longer my first time through. All in all, Donkey Kong does a great job of reimagining a classic. It stays true to the source material while also greatly expanding upon it. This title would later see its own sequel in Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which itself spun off into a variety of different puzzle games. Over 2.5 decades later, it stands among the likes of Tetris, Link's Awakening, and Pokemon as one of the Game Boy's most iconic titles. And I'd even go so far as to say it's my 2nd favorite remake to date, just behind Metroid Zero Mission. If you're a fan of puzzle platformers, there's no reason not to give this one a try. In conclusion, I find Donkey Kong to be worthy of an admirable 9.2 out of 10. Donkey Kong for the Game Boy is currently available via Virtual Console in the 3DS eShop. If you don't want to hunt down an original cartridge, you may want to take advantage of that soon. If you're interested in learning more, links are included in the description. But what about you? What do you think of Donkey Kong? What remakes do you enjoy? If you have any questions, remarks, or opposing points of view, leave them in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. And if you really enjoy my work, please consider funding my channel on Patreon. Until next time, farewell, fellow fanatics. Thank you again for watching. I have plenty more to share with you if you're interested. You can click up here above my head to subscribe to my channel. You can click over here on my monitor to see the most recent video that I've worked on. Or if you prefer, you can click up here to open this mysterious vault and see what video that the YouTube algorithm has picked just for you.